Why the hell is it asking me this? Stop fucking asking me that. Shut up, Jesus. Fucking tune. Okay, well, here we are. Um, Thanks for coming along on this journey here, whatever this is. I wouldn't have. Oh, let's just retake that. Well, thanks for coming along on this journey here, or whatever this is. If you did, I wouldn't have probably. I guess yeah, I would if it was like someone I really liked. Some of the videos were a little more startling than others. Some of them were kind of like nothing. But that's okay. Sometimes you just don't get every Bert, that you can get. Even if you're scrambling for every waking Bert that is burst under the sun. But, yep. Hope that you liked a couple. I wasn't really thinking that when I was making them. Because I think if I was ever thinking that I wouldn't make anything. It's all you, man. It's in your hands. To like what you're gonna. And if you watched these last what is it, 0.9 episodes, and you felt something, maybe you only watched just the one, maybe you watched 0.1 of them. Maybe you just watched like 0.7 or half 0.5. 0.5 and a half. That's cool too. Yep. I think that I may have said something about this in the beginning or somewhere near the beginning, but I think I said something like I saw a Toontown video. That was a week ago pretty much, or well, no, that was probably like a couple weeks ago. And it was just an old friend, barely there in the flesh, but I saw that video and I feel like I got this thought of, gee, I wonder when I'm gonna do my next, and thought like, oh, I don't really have a desire. And then later in the day, I was initiating upon this venture. So it's funny how stuff like that happens, like I haven't had an interest I haven't had a Toontown thought in a long time. But sometimes it can just snap right back into your life. Toontown and other things, that is. And there have been times while I'm making these where I'm thinking, geez, I could actually, like this morning, I had to get on to record just this little extra bit for one of the later episodes, and then to finish it off. And I I had a thought. I remember thinking just like, man, I could actually probably actually get into this a little here. But I'm sure I probably won't. I don't know. This game is just not occurring to me as of Reese. You know, I think it's kind of common knowledge between me and a fella, or maybe I've stated it on this account on this channel before. But I did have like a binge of this game a few summers ago. It was probably quite a few at this point. But yeah, I mean, who knows, that might have been it. And a lot of times I think it could just be like in the now. But when I'm hopping on this game now, it just feels like I'm not even present. But then again, like I said, that could just really be the moment, like where I'm just not even used to playing it, or I got not much to say about it. I don't know. I spent some time watching myself play, and what a nice what a nice time that was. Like, I'm sure I'm going to be watching this in the editor and thinking, why didn't you, geez, you're not going to match that? What, you didn't even see, oh my gosh, what, you just passed by that like 3 times? A fucking matching game, man. But, look, I'm gonna beat this, watch. I'm gonna beat this game with 26 seconds on the clock. And then it's gonna be over. Shit. Oh! Oh, one more. Okay, I beat it in my head. I won. So, that's all that really matters, I guess. Because, you know, okay, I'm not gonna go into like a thing for that. Because, you know, it doesn't really matter, like, what you, yeah, I don't know. I thought about making some videos a few times throughout the last year, but I don't think I don't know if I made like a single video this year. Now I've made 0.9, but I thought about making videos here and there. But you know, life just didn't have it lined up for me. I spent a lot of time in purgatory, and I got nothing really to reconcile any of it. Those times aren't even really over, it's just that I'm here now speaking about it. And yeah. There's really not a video that I can make that will do the green sweet thing about how I feel. But yeah, I had a pretty rough year. A lot of new lows. And a lot of like weird, like kind of unexpected changes, like a ton of like reprisals. I think I was already kind of getting on that, but a lot of the things that I did this year were like in this regard of getting back to the way I used to view things, I guess. Like, I've been saying things that I don't normally say, or just, like, receding mindsets, and thinking of people around me a little bit differently, and sometimes better ways, sometimes worse ways. Sometimes I look at a person and I'm just thinking, like, what the fuck? Like, go fuck yourself, my guy. Like, what's your problem? Like, who does this? What kind of friend are you? Or what kind of bitch would ever fuck my balls? Type shit. And those thoughts are like, they get kind of mushed in together. Like it's hard to have those thoughts and stick to them, because I've always been kind of like this let shit happen to me kind of fella, and I think I always will be. But it seems like this time around I at least had the decency to know that or to feel like I'd actually been wronged or righted by whoever. And there were some wrongs and there were some rights, so to speak. Whatever those mean, I don't know. We'll find out in the next film. Maybe. In the squeakquel. But, yeah, not too much to say. Other than, yeah, thanks if you stuck around for any of this. This is a strange beast of a project that I started working on like a few weeks ago or something, and maybe I'll end up actually being kind of proud of it. I don't know. As it sits right now, sure. Take what you can get, do what you can. Spent a lot of this year learning about all sorts of different things. What did you do? I'd be happy to hear from you, I guess. If I gotta. But, yeah. Yep. I think that this is as much of a beginning as this is gonna end up being in the regard of its time uploaded. I also view this as quite an end, of course. Something that I kind of just worked on, had some fun working on it for a few weeks. Spent a little too much time like procrastinating sometimes, and I do feel like this seems to mark some kind of ending for me. Like almost like reading like 90% of a book or 99% of a book and then stopping at the last page. This feels like this last few weeks have kind of felt like some sort of attempt to sort of scramble things together and call it until next time. I think that's gonna do it for here old Jellybert. And I hope that anybody who ever watched or appreciated this series, I've done a lot of these episodes. I was talking to a friend recently about talking at cameras and such, and the whole, I guess, aspect, the whole vibe of it, what it all means, momentarium. And I have spent a lot of episodes just kind of mulling over thoughts in my head, and sometimes, oftentimes I feel like I've looked back at those and I've thought, yeah, I see what I was saying, and it's cool that I even thought to say that. I'm glad I did. But there's also times where I've felt like the only thing I want to do, or the only thing I feel like I can do, is that. And, Bo Burnham, like, living your life with an audience. I don't know who's ever cared to watch these videos, but, if all I can say is, if you have had moments where you're watching a vid of mine and you're thinking, yeah, man, he's saying this strand of words, like, good for him, and I identify with that. I agree, or whatever. Then I think that's there wasn't really a goal, but if there is to be ever, then I think that if that's the case, then I think that a goal upon Conjuring has been achieved, is to say that somehow my voice got through to you at a certain moment, and it made you wasting your time watching whatever Let's Play episode 21 feel a little worth it, and think, yeah, those are cool things he said. He said while he said them. And I almost get the impression sometimes that it's like most people wouldn't think so. It's just nonsense, right? Like me talking to whatever, saying whatever kind of bullshit. But, crackpot, whatever. But if you like the videos, then thanks. I've heard people sometimes express their gratitude for the series, and it hasn't been this slam hit or whatever, but it's been a nice time. It's had its own little evolution, and I appreciate some of the things I did during it. And maybe someday when I'm 40, if YouTube still exists, hopefully it doesn't, I can sit down with a bowl of Poppy Chulo, and my wife and children, and no, I'll do it alone in a like corner, like homeless, and watch through my own life in series of Toontown episodes 1 through or 0 through 59.94 frames per second. And I'll think, wow, well, I'm glad I made this for myself 20 years from now. Yeah. Yep. That's really it, I guess. I don't even know what I'm saying. But like I said, it does kind of feel like we're on the ass end of something here, so I appreciate the eyes and ears for whenever they're offered. I'll take what's offered. That's become what I've become. I've become a lot of things in the year. I became not liked me. Oh, see, always missing Vines. Like, now all we got is TikTok. But I want to know, having used it, If you had a good time recently on TikTok, smack a like, and I'll remember that just for you, because that's what I do. Because I love you, I guess. So yep, me and Jellyvid, the Gary special rendition number 2. No soundtrack associated. Well, maybe there is one, like, maybe. But that's pretty much it. So, thanks for watching. You no need to stay tuned. But have a nice rest of your year. And see you next video. Yeah, goodbye. Goodbye. We'll finish out the game first. We'll finish out this little trolley mini game first. Because I gotta go out. I gotta go out with a green day before I pull out my my earnings. So, like the blue hoops, you know, can't go wrong. Remember when those used to be like just one color? I don't know. Just used to be like rings. So yep, that's that. See you when I see you. Sauce. Love you too.
Uh-huh. Wah.